Hey everybody, it's the Dean from the Dean 13 channel. I told you that I would have some updates on this Extinction Rebellion group, and I've got a beauty for you. So hold on to your hats. Like, you know, I've been talking about this Rodger, and I do remember his surname, Rodger Hallam. Okay, now this guy, okay, is unbelievable. I can't believe that, once again, I'm a YouTuber. I watch YouTubes. Love it. Can't get enough of the YouTube. But anyway, to find that I found a YouTube that he's done from, it's called Everybody Knows Till the Truth Act Now. And that's what he appeared on. And it was called, he called it, I'm in Prison. Well, that'll blow your mind. In prison. Well, this guy is ludicrous because in his interview, he didn't make any sense at all. He stated that he was a farmer, a simple, basic farmer that wanted to get back to his farming, of course. And then he rambled on about how life is when you have to produce children and get up in the middle of the night and have the responsibility of feeding them and que sera, and that's not the end of life. Of course it's not. It's the beginning of life, mate. Maybe you found it hard. But anyway, he whittled on with crap like that. If you watch the interview, that made no sense at all. Rodger Hallam, it made no sense at all. But one thing I know that I feel in the interview that you were promoting about the, what is it? Extinction Rebellion group, and what you stand for and what people should do to rise up against this and to have change. And you say you're all about change with climate, and you've over the years, and in the interview you state you spoke to many of people about these topics, but you haven't mentioned one person. You haven't documented. You haven't done any more YouTubes apart from you sitting there condescending life to say that you've done all this, and now that you've come to the conclusion that climate change is so now in the hole that you feel, in your opinion, out of control. So society's got to be out of control. That's what you're promoting. What do they call it? Now let me see. Anarchy. Is that what you're promoting? Anarchy? I believe you are. If people don't know what anarchy means, it's an old, ancient Greek form. And the form refers to the state of society being without authority and authorities governing bodies. And I'll tell you why this guy is going from havoc to wreaking anarchy is because if you watch the YouTube, he said before the 7th of October or around about that, when the rallies begun, that's what he wanted to begin. That's what needed to be begun. That's what his intentions were. Because if you look and hear him in the interview, he even state, what's the topic? I'm in prison. Well, no, you're not yet, mate. But the thing is that you will be, because you're starting anarchy all over the world with your words and your intentions and your brainwashing to the whole society. And how can you not be with all that? What? It refers to the state of being where this term is. I'll state it again. Thus the term means refers to the state of society being without authorities and authoritative governing bodies. What does that mean? Rodger Hallam, when you state you're going to prison and you state to everybody in the whole entire world to do that. It's not the end of the world of people's lives. If they're carted off, gone to prison, have conviction, you said chuck it all away, your family, the whole bit, on that interview. How ludicrous are you, mate? I don't know what you're trying to promote. I think anarchy. Because that, if you read the terms, it's as I said, a form of Greek. Ancient Greek. Look it up what it means. And Rodger Hallam, when you state that people have got to lose all that, don't you feel then that's what you're doing, creating anarchy? Because the system falls down. People rebel. People get arrested. And with that, there's no change. You're not teaching anybody, but you're teaching and you're giving birth to the rebellion. The rebellion you want, Rodger. And all your teachings, if you were really were for climate change, you'd do a lot more than sit there and contradict and contrascend the government. In your silly little ways, you state in the middle of the night, it's all about your children. What do? Que sera, que sera. It made no sense to me, and it'd make no sense to anybody else. I know you have your followers, but that's ridiculous. This man's ludicrous. How can he not be? Go to jail, lose your job, lose your family, it's all worth the cause? I don't think so. That's anarchy. You're breaking down the system slowly with your brainwashing words. And you shouldn't be allowed on YouTube, that's my opinion, but you are. So I have my opinion about you, Rodger Hallam. So reevaluate when you do your interviews on YouTube, because you sound ridiculous. What, go to jail, lose your job, lose your family, it's all worth it, the cause? What, being convicted and locked up? What change to the climate is that going to have? And you're saying it so young people now believe that's the way to do it. And it's not only in the UK, it's all over the world. This is being heard. So don't you think, Rodger Hallam, that you should be held accountable for all that? Because that's what you're doing, from havoc to anarchy. My belief. Because that's what you're trying to do. You're going to try, and you are trying now slowly, break down the system. So there is rebellion, upheaval. The young's brainwashed. You have your little speakers out in the community that teach songs of rebellion songs, depressive songs. There's no hope in the songs. There's nothing. And what you offer, Rodger Hallam, is nothing but words. I haven't seen you do one thing. So I believe that anarchy is what you're creating. Go to jail, lose your job, lose your family, lose everything. It's worth it. You can start again. But you talk about extinction. You're condescending yourself with all this. But people out there, if you listen to this man, you're wrong. Because going to jail, losing your family, losing your job is not for the cause. It's creating anarchy. And not only for yourself, but for society. So eventually everybody will be at each other. And it looks like to me there's people in that are activists that are trying to create that. You know, there's many ways, but you're not doing it. Anarchy is what you're having. That's what you're doing. That's your agenda, Rodger Hallam. So, if you're watching this, that's what I believe. And I think the government, when you say the government, you don't care, follow me, well, you will care, because unfortunately, the system can't break down. We've got to unite. The whole world's got to unite over this, and there's got to be hope and sight and speakers on board that are good for this cause. Your poison, your words that come out of your mouth, lose your job, go to jail, lose your family, it's all for the cause. You got to die. You got to lay down in the middle of the road. What in the hell is that going to prove? Nothing. There are some good activities that your group's promoting, like awareness in their parks in the UK. They're promoting the young how to do things, how to sustain life, the little strategies, arts and crafts. People are having fun. People are getting on board. But one thing they're not getting on board, unfortunately, and it's like a little manipulation, brainwashing, manipulation, domination, it's all tied in one, with your little songs, rebellion songs. They're wrong for society. The adolescent, the young, do not need to be brainwashed by that, by your activists. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I'm pretty sure on the matter. As I said, you're creating from havoc to anarchy. And that's wrong, Rodger Hallam. Think about your words. Think about what you want to do, your direction. Because the interview that I watched you and what you talked about is a whole lot of rot. People don't need to lose their jobs. People don't need to go to jail. People don't need to lose their family. People don't need to die. People don't need upheaval and rebellion in society and at one another, or at the government, or at the elite. So think about your words, Rodger Hallam. That's my little niggle, him-ha. Please, think about this, because if you watch the YouTube, it's wrong. He's getting the views, he's getting the subscribes. What for? Are you getting paid for this? I don't know whether you are. That's my opinion. Got to ask. But anyway, if you are, then you shouldn't be, because you're wrong. Everything you stand for, and the people that do, you know, your rebellion songs, very wrong for society. You know who you're targeting, the adolescent, the young. That's what you want to do. That's where it starts, doesn't it? The manipulation, you know, attack the mind, take the mind. Hey, it's as simple as take the mind, 1, 2, 3, you've attacked it. You manipulate it, you brainwashed it. That's what you're standing for. Anyway, from the Guru, I do hope you find this interesting. You know, the Extinction Rebellion group is trying, and as I said, all over the world, people are trying to get on board and do the right thing and bring communities and the world together. Unite, not fight. Anarchy is wrong, Rodger Hallam. And deep down, if anybody really listens to what you're saying, they'd agree with me. Anyway, you may not like me, Rodger Hallam. I don't give a damn, as one would say, that movie, Gone with the Wind. I don't give a damn, darling. No, sorry, frankly, my darling, I don't give a damn. But anyway, that's me, the guru from the Dean 13. And what's my codes? Gotta say them again, always do. Respect, dignity and honour and integrity. Please, think about that, Rodger Hallam. Do you have them? Sit down and really think. Really think. You say about all the hate comments that you're receiving. But why are you receiving them? Have you ever sat down and thought about society and where they're coming from and what's happening and the panic in the world? No, you're creating that and you really don't care. So, Rodger Hallam, I think personally that with your choice of words, what you do, you show nothing. You're an activist of bullshit. You don't do anything. You say you do, it's all for you. That's what I believe. If you were for the cause, then you would do a lot more than what you're doing, and you're not. Anarchy is what you're creating havoc in the whole entire world. Anarchy from havoc. It's gone one step further. If you're listening, Rodger Hallam, that's my message to you. Bye from the guru. Please look after yourself, safe, well, be with somebody that's going to make you happy, long life, and as I say, spiritual match. But if you don't, talk about anything, topics, giggle, laugh, have a cup of tea. It's not that bad. Extinction, well, he talks about extinction in such a way, if you're going to be extinct, go to jail, lose your family, lose your whole entire life, your job even. Well, that's where extinction starts, doesn't it, Rodger Hallam? Anyway, Guru, Dean 13, bye. Oh, like, subscribe and comment. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.